Beleza, voltamos pra cá. A gente dá um bisu ali na casinha.
Good day.
Tá, tem mais uma galerinha que se juntou à Inquisição. O povo vai ficando cada vez maior. Oi, Vark.
Need something?
I've read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
What happened to the mage who destroyed the Kirkwall Chantry? The book never said.
He fled Kirkwall with the mages from the Circle. Stayed with them a while, but he had to move on. Somehow a lot of mages blamed him for making them live as fugitives. I don't know where he is now, and I don't want to know.
In the book, you say that first Enchanter Orsino turned himself into a giant monster made of corpses. How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on magical weirdness to you? Well, I can't tell you how. For the why, all I can say is he was desperate.
There is no way Hawk really could have killed the Arishok. It would have started a war with the Qunari.
I was told later that the Qunari disavowed his actions. Apparently the Arishok didn't get permission before he attacked Kirkwall, and the Qun didn't want another exalted march. When they finally sent a ship to haul the Red Dreadnought away, they just said, "We will never speak of this again." As far as I can tell, that's the Qun's version of an apology.
Where are the rest of Hawk's associates now?
Meryl decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now. I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly. Sebastian went back to Starkhaven. I'm sure he's boring all sorts of people there. Last I knew, Hawk's sister Bethany was doing something wardeny near the Anderfell border. Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her job.
Ah, será que tem mais alguma coisa pra falar aqui com o Vark? Tá, já foi.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Are you from Ferelden? Or Ley?
Free marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant.
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
If you've run a spy network, why is Leliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. Funny story. I bought a salvaged ship and found her locked in a dragon bone reinforced chest in the hold. I broke 3 dozen lockpicks and blunted 9 saws opening that trunk, but it was worth it.
Who's she named for?
I can't tell you.
And the reason for that is?
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem. Need something?
Cadê a outra que se juntou ao grupo?
Oh. He's over on the storm. I see. Do you... Oh, Maker, you were him. You were the herald of Andraste. And you were sent to shame us for mistreating the elves. I pay my elves good and proper, you should know. Friend of the Aeronage and all, and... I mean, I'm Flissa. Can I get you a drink?
It's all right, Flissa. I won't do anything frightening.
If you wanted to close the breach, I wouldn't mind. As I said, I'm Flissa. The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind, so Leliana brought me in to set up a tavern. Nothing fancy, but it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village.
You said Leliana asked you to run an Inquisition tavern. How did you meet?
Dumb luck, maybe. I managed an inn back in Denerim. When I heard interesting gossip, I passed word to Leliana. Sometimes it was helpful. She asked if I wanted to own my own tavern, and I said yes.
Ou seja, ela é uma das espias da Liliana.
What can you tell me about this area?
Adan is Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. And for any... Oh, there's also Minave. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Well, let me know if you find one.
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. Hear that? I meant the stronghold, but it sounded like... Well, it's funny, right? Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
O clã tentou e falhou. Tem mais coisa acontecendo.
It's not just a war between those two.
Well, sure, the sky has a hole in it, but I can't put an arrow in that. Well, I have. Doesn't come down. That's weird. And that's the point, right? It's weird and right there, but they still want to punch each other. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
That's why we're here. To help guide everyone back from the brink.
The religious ones tell you that. That's important, right? But don't make it all about that. Seems like believing too hard is what got everyone here. And here is stupid and smells of horse. Really, what everyone needs is to get everything back to normal and proper and profitable. Sound good to you, all chosen Lord Herald?
I think I'll enjoy having you around, Sarah. I hope you'll feel the same.
Not even. Get to work, Herald. I'm gonna go kick someone out of a bed.
Tá, o que será que vai ser o melhor para desenvolver um relacionamento?
Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Which? The ones who do things or the ones who give orders?
What's your opinion of Vivienne?
She's a bitch, but she knows. She better.
What about Solus?
Solus? His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
Anything to say about Varric?
Varric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
What do you think about our spy master, ambassador, and commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her, too. Or heard she used to play. But that'd be mad. Now, Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business, if you have to have it. And Cullen? I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair, though.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
Tá, nós temos alguns personagens que dá pra desenvolver um relacionamento. Ela eu acho que vai ser um deles. Acordou, Maiquinho? A questão é, a gente foca em quem? Eu não sei quem são os melhores pra se focar em desenvolver um relacionamento. Quais são mais vantajosos, quais são mais divertidos. Deixa eu ver aqui, Guia de Monstros Dragon Age Inquisition. Interações para personagens masculinos: Cassandra, Dorian. Interações para personagens femininos: Gordon, Cera. Ah, ela é só se for feminino. Interações para personagens femininos e masculinos: Iron Bull, Touro de Ferro, não conhecemos ainda, e Josephine Montilette. Oh, dá pra desenvolver com a Josephine? Oh, raças específicas, apenas humanos e elfas. O Cullen. Apenas elfas, os Solas. Menores ou sem desfecho. Tá, acho que a Josephine é interessante. Tá, a gente tem a Cassandra ou a Josephine, que dá pra gente desenvolver um relacionamento. Cera que eu tava pensando é só se for com um personagem feminino. Tá. Avançando na história, eu acho que eu vou conseguir. Eu tenho que ir flertando mais com os personagens, né? Cassandra que talvez seja mais fácil, porque ela faz parte do grupo recrutável. Ah, só que a Cassandra. Eu peguei um spoiler aqui sem querer, não vou passar por vocês. Deixa eu parar de ver aqui dicas pra desenvolver o relacionamento com os personagens. Senão não vai dar boa. Vamos direto com o jogo, mas. Ou é com a Cassandra ou com a outra lá. A Josephine. Onde que eu encontro a Josephine pra flertar com ela? Olha a Liliana aqui.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing?
You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
I'm sorry. That death has clearly hit you hard.
Not just me. All of us. She was the divine. She led the faithful. She was their heart. If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come, to work then. We will speak later.
Toothless Gamer, seja muito bem-vindo, obrigado pelo seu follow, menor. Puxa uma cadeira, senta no chão e aproveita. E obrigado, tava precisando de água mesmo.
Show me the report.
Go in peace, Herald of...
Onde é que eu vou achar os outros? Viviane, Josefine. Josefine tá lá. Ali do lado da sala de guerra.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in the city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
O cerco embaixo do braço.
We had to do something, and now we have an opportunity.
Yes, and we have the opening we need to approach the Templars and the mages.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the orders somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
Vamos achar os magos e vamos achar os templários. Magos.
I could at least find out what the mages want.
No doubt what they've always wanted. Support for their cause.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
You think the invitation could be some kind of trap?
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options.
There is one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
That does sound odd, I agree.
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
Greetings, Herald of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
I'm doing everything within my power.
A task, such as closing the breach, is a heavy burden. I hope you do not carry it alone. We remember Andraste, but Andraste did not carry the Chant of Light alone. She had generals, advisors, and though it is considered heresy to say it, she had the aid of the elf Chartan. Do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
Siga os deuses élficos, conversão me dá medo, obrigado. Segunda de Antcast.
I appreciate your insight, Mother Giselle.
Take it for whatever it is worth. You walk a difficult path, and there is little enough I can do to aid you. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
Do you know who the Grand Clerics will choose as the next Divine?
It is a difficult decision. All the obvious candidates perished with Divine Justinia at the Conclave. The Grand Clerics are terrified of the Inquisition. They will not decide soon, and I fear they will not decide wisely. Whoever is chosen needs the Inquisition's support. No one else seems likely to seal the breach.
How are the people doing after what happened at the Conclave?
They are scared, of course. Many have lost homes or loved ones. I doubt many will sleep well until you have sealed the breach. I have offered what help I can. The rest is for the Inquisition. What more do you wish to know?
How are the villagers in Haven doing?
They are terrified. Many of them came here because the war between the Mages and the Templars destroyed their homes. In their minds, the death of a Divine has destroyed any chance of peace. To that, add the breach. Farmers have fled their fields. If we do not restore order, half of Thedas may starve.
What are you doing to help these people?
My sisters and I have been tending to the injured as best we are able. Some it is little enough work to... More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Olay and Ferelden.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Opa, subi de nível ainda. Só conversando com o povo. Tá, cada acerto dessa levada de energia reduz por um curto período a resistência do alvo. A de energia causa mais dano, mas os alvos são selecionados aleatoriamente. Onde que eu acho a Josefine? Aqui?
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinian's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked his life to slow the magic of the breach. Master Lavelan, this is the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denner, as claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to divine Justinia. She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Então, as influências maiores, nada pelas conselheiras da Divina. Seguidores não precisam de abrigo.
People have been injured. You can't just turn them out onto the snow.
And who benefits if they stay?
Divine Justinia, Marquis. The Inquisition, not the Chantry, is sheltering the pilgrims who mourn her.
Why is the Chantry ignoring the faithful?
Because it remains in shock. We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montilyet. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Do the Durelions actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I apologize for the intrusion. I didn't realize you were meeting with the Marquis.
You did little harm. In truth, the debate was most beneficial as practice for those to come.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
May I ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montilyet.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas's politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done. What may I do for you?
How do you and Liliana know each other?
We moved through similar circles in Orlais. I believe we actually met in Val Royaux. Liliana was quite an accomplished player of the game by then.
What exactly do you mean when you say the game?
Forgive me. The game refers to the slow duels of influence among the noble and powerful of Orlais. It's a rather light-hearted name for the matter, but Orlesians are fond of playful touches.
What business are the Montilyets in exactly?
We began as merchants. My ancestors founded the first trade routes to Rivain. We once sent entire fleets across the waking sea.
But not anymore.
No. These days, our vessels are a touch more modest.
What did you do before coming here?
I had the great honor of serving Antiva's crown as ambassador to Orlais. I'm also first in line to become the head of House Montilyet, though my siblings attend to our mercantile affairs.
How strong are your past loyalties?
I would never have given up my position if I did not intend to fully commit to the Inquisition. We cannot fall back on borders. Antiva is as threatened as any country by the rebellions. If anything, the alliances I forged there may help our current cause.
Do you think the Inquisition will continue after we seal the breach?
If we prove ourselves by healing the breach, people may turn to us for other things. Protection, counsel, justice. The Inquisition offered these once to those in need.
Tell me, do you believe I was saved by Andraste at the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I should much like to believe so, Your Worship. The miracles Andraste performed were so long ago, they're difficult to picture. If it were truly her and the Fate who saved you... Well, in any case, many already believe you walk in the Maker's light.
Let's speak later.
Goodbye.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. Especially a Dalish elf. One look at your face and it's clear you were never part of a circle. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
Deixa onde? Aqui.
We can use that. You've brought back some fascinating things. We're putting them to good use.
You said you were...
I was never... But when the mage... Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in. Along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
You said...
Yes. Most... They don't have... It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
I'm glad...
They deserve... When they... But the if not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
I'm
I don't... I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
You might have done well among the Dalish. Our mages are encouraged to study safely.
I was they gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
No wonder you'd rather stay in the circle. You had more than enough life outdoors.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
You said...
Yes, I made, at the least, some materials are useful for making...
Why did...
I like when...
Gente, vamos falar pouco sobre as conversas aqui, porque tá conversa demais, tá?
You've never been to a circle, as far as I can tell, yet you're remarkably skilled. Were you self-taught?
Not at all. I studied magic with Keeper Deshana.
I have heard about the traditions of magic among the Dalish keepers, but it's all third-hand. In my own experience, nothing is more deadly to a young mage than a lack of knowledge, which makes the current state of things precarious. What do you imagine will happen if the circles are not restored? Do you foresee the Dalish taking us all under their wing?
Prejudica todos, os rebeldes são apostas, isso é tudo que importa, os magos devem ser livres, os templários colhem o que plantaram. Precisamos do círculo de novo, os magos devem ser livres.
Mages deserve the same freedom as anyone else.
Ela desaprova.
I hear...
Porque ela é do círculo, né?
Mages, Templars, and now many believe you are the agent of his will. Whatever the truth is, that belief gives you power.
Ninguém terceiro, no caso me escolheu, achando que ia ser restaurada.
If that's true.
Só faço escolha errada, misericórdia. Pera lá. Agora é 54, save. Um 54, 50. Nossa. Foi depois da conversa dela ou antes da conversa dela? Não, depois provavelmente. Ah, vai ficar assim mesmo.
Excuse me. We've got a message for the Inquisition, but I'm having a hard time getting anyone to talk
Tô
to me.
nadando no ar. Eita bagaça.
Who are you, soldier?
Cremisius Aclasi with the Bulls Chargers Mercenary Company. We mostly work out of Olay and Navarra. We've got word of some Tevinter mercenaries gathering out on the Storm Coast. My company commander, Iron Bull, offers the information free of charge. If you'd like to see what the Bulls Chargers can do for the Inquisition, meet us there and watch us work.
What can your Bull's Chargers offer the Inquisition?
We're loyal, we're tough, and we don't break contracts. Ask around Valroyo. We've got reference.
What should I...
Iron Bull. He lead... Best... You're the first time he's gone out of his way to pick a side.
Why?
Iron Bull wants to work for the Inquisition. He thinks you're doing good work.
I look forward to meeting this Iron...
With a...
Eita! Aí, voltou. Deu glitch no pulo, aparentemente deu. Deixa eu lá falar com a Cassandra. Lich, com quem você recomenda desenvolver um relacionamento? Eu tava dando uma pesquisadinha meio por cima, vi que dá pra desenvolver até com os personagens que não são recrutáveis, tipo a Josefine, que ela faz parte do conselho. E também a Cassandra.
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool. And they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
What's going to happen now?
Now we find allies to help us close the breach, if that is even possible. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
Não posso me dar ao luxo de ser tão especialmente de novo.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone. You've said you believe you're chosen. Does that mean you believe in the Maker?
Acredito nos deuses élficos.
I'm Danish. I believe in our own gods.
And there's no room among your gods for one more? I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Tá, tem o Cullen pra mim bater um papo também. Tá por aqui. Ali.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
I just hope I can help.
As do we all. It is enough that you would try. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
I must have this mark for a reason. It will work, I'm sure of it.
Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
Vindo aqui pra uma palestra.
You understand our situation. I appreciate your opinion.
Look around. Our people are well organized and committed. Despite what the clerics think, we are in the best position to help. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Ryden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free marches.
Oh? I didn't think your people roamed that far north. Clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
Talvez, odiava. Essa conta, eu iria agora se pudesse. Minha casa é onde eu estiver.
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the Divine.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Is that right?
Desaprovou.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lord.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentaghasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentaghasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
But what does a right hand do exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that? It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
I'm sure you're just being modest.
I was there. I think I know what happened. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart, and there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
You're delightful, you know that?
No, I do not know that.
Mm-hmm.
I object. There is nothing delightful about me.
I beg to differ.
I think I preferred you in the stocks.
I'll let you get back to work.
Tá, acho que não tem muito mais o que fazer por aqui, né? Vamos fazer as missões. Tá, fazer armaduras e a sala de guerra. Olha o que tem pra gente fazer aqui com ele.
Research him in Nave has...
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron or grip. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring...
Goodbye.
Right.
Nada que eu possa melhorar aqui.
Another time.
E aqui? Eu já logo vou poder equipar esses cajados. No momento é só esse. Não dá pra colocar runa.
Another time then.
107 a 125. Capacetes, nenhum. Zero de valor de armadura. Sei que eu não tenho material suficiente para fazer ela, né? Isso aqui parece bom. Agora aprimorada. Usa couro, outro usa metal. Não, tecido e metal. Qual será que eu faço? Vou fazer essa daqui. Pele de urso. Couro de carneiro ou couro canino? Vamos colocar couro canino. E... tá, draconita. Nossa, tem bastante, hein? Saúde máxima. Tá. Resistência frio, saúde máxima. Defesa corpo a corpo. Que saúde máxima ainda maior. Com uma tita. Vou usar hematita. Acho que eu não tenho material para fazer outra. Ou será que tenho? Só que o material que eu tenho ia dar só 114. Isso aqui que eu não posso ainda, que é só humanos, né? Vou colocar essa. Tem algumas aí pra vender, né? E fabricar arma. Onde é que eu fabrico arma? Se é que dá pra fabricar... Ah, dá sim. Lagou? Aqui. Tem 2 ou 36. Tá, o meu cajado tá melhor. Tá, tem lâmina da Bianca, mira e punho. Eu posso fazer um arco pra outra lá, né? 70. Tá, runas eu não tenho como fazer ainda.
You need something? Let me know.
Deixa eu salvar. Eu vou ver o que que tem aqui. Em Orleis tem mais algumas coisas pra
You were
fazer
saying
agora.
something about Cullen?
Yes. Haven has limited space for our soldiers to train. Perhaps we
Vai
could set up
você,
something
11
over here.
minutos. Vai você,
All right.
57. É só a Leliana que vai comandar agora.
Let's see what we have.
Ferelden, o que que tem? Teria mais esse aqui. A dadinha vermelha também. Conseguir moedas, o culto de Andraste. Pera aí. Vou fazer uma coisa aqui rapidão. Ah, não consigo mudar aqui a hora. Só pra adiantar isso. não tá dando aqui, não sei como que eu faço aqui pra mudar a hora. Não tá deixando eu alterar aqui. Só porque eu queria apressar esse bagulho. Depois outro cara eu vejo como faz isso. Tá, as costas da tormenta a gente não foi explorar ainda, né? Por Blackwell nas terras distantes. Aqui. Tem essa aqui também, né? Encontrei o autor de ferro na Costa da Tormenta. Eu vou levar o Varric, Cassandra e Cera.
Your worship, for what it's worth, welcome to the Storm Coast. I would have sent word sooner, but our efforts have been delayed.
How so?
There's a group of bandits operating in the area. They know the terrain, and our small party has had trouble going up against them. Some of our soldiers went to speak with their leader. Haven't heard back, though.
I'll do what I can to find our people.
Thank you, your worship. That's a relief. The soldiers didn't have an exact location for the bandits, but they were starting their search farther down the beach. With all this fuss, we haven't been able to conduct a proper search for the wardens either. Well, good luck, and enjoy the sea air. I hear it's good for the soul.
Tá, o quão grande é esse lugar aqui? Bastante.
Dispatch for you.
What is it?
This may be worthwhile.
Isso aqui ainda assim não é tão grande quanto aquele outro lá. Oh, tem mais coisa ali daquelas peças pra gente ficar vendo, né? Assim é que eu vou procurar por elas. Agora ficar pegando todos. Esses fragmentos. Eu sinceramente não vou ficar caçando esses fragmentos, não. Eu vou marcar eles aqui, mas eu não vou atrás deles. Não sei se vai valer a pena. Cadê o último? lá.
Chargers! Stand down! Krim! How'd we do?
5 or 6 wounded, Chief. No dead.
That's what I like to hear. Let the throat cutters finish up, then break out the casks. So, you're with the Inquisition, huh? Glad you could make it. Come on, have a seat. Drinks are coming.
Iron Bull, I presume.
Yeah, the horns usually give it away. I assume you remember Cremisius Aclassi, my lieutenant.
Good to see you again. Throat cutters are done, Chief.
Already? Have them check again. I don't want any of those Tevinter bastards getting away. No offense, Krem.
None taken. At least a bastard knows who his mother was. Puts him one up on you Canary, right?
So, you've seen us fight. We're expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm sure the Inquisition can afford us.
Usei experiência de você, você realmente parece útil, você custa muito caro.
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
Wouldn't cost you anything personally. Unless you want to buy drinks later. Your ambassador, what's her name? Josephine. We'd go through her and get the payments set up. Gold will take care of itself. Don't worry about that. All that matters is we're worth it.
The Chargers seem like an excellent company.
They are, but you're not just getting the boys. You're getting me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons?
Eu provavelmente vou
The
deixar ele
bigger
no
the
grupo.
better. And there's one other thing. Might be useful. Might piss you off. Ever hear of the Ben Hasra?
They're a Kunari organization, right? The equivalent of their guards and city watch.
I'd go closer to spies. But yeah, that's them. Or, well, us. The Ben Hasrath are concerned about the breach. Magic out of control like that could cause trouble everywhere. I've been ordered to join the Inquisition, get close to the people in charge, and send reports on what's happening. But I also get reports from Ben Hasrath agents all over Orlais. You sign me on, I'll share them with your people.
Você junta a Inquisição, Touro de Ferro não está disponível com o membro do grupo. Os próximos Touros se juntam à Inquisição e Touro de Ferro entram para seu grupo. Deixa eu investigar primeiro.
You're a Kunari spy, and you just told me.
Whatever happened at that conclave thing, it's bad. Someone needs to get that breach closed. So whatever I am, I'm on your side.
You still could have hidden what you are.
From something called the Inquisition? I'd have been tipped sooner or later. Better you hear it right up front from me.
What would you send home in these reports of yours?
Enough to keep my superiors happy. Nothing that'll compromise your operations. The Canari want to know if they need to launch an invasion to stop the whole damn world from falling apart. You let me send word of what you're doing, it'll put some minds at ease. That's good for everyone.
What's in these Ben Hasrath reports you're offering to share?
Enemy movements, suspicious activity, intriguing gossip. It's a bit of everything. Alone they're not much, but if your spy master is worth a damn, she'll put him to good use.
She?
I did a little research. Plus, I've always had a weakness for redheads.
All right, you're in.
Excellent. Krem, tell the men to finish drinking on the road. The Chargers just got hired.
What about the casks, Chief? We just opened them up with axes.
Find some way to seal them. You're Tervinter, right? Try blood magic. We'll meet you back at Haven.
Varric, Cassandra e Touro de Ferro. Essa galerinha que vai ficar aqui comigo. Deixa eu dar uma olhada no equipe dele. Ele usa arma de 2 mãos. Eu não tenho nenhuma outra para dar para ele no momento. Armadura. Provavelmente melhor armadura pesada. Dele 58. Tá, eu tenho essa aqui que é 82. Ele pode ficar com essa por enquanto. Acessórios. Usa esse. Coloca esse. E é isso. Arma escudo, arma de 2 mãos, mestre de batalha e vanguarda. Ele é arma de 2 mãos. Então, pega esse aqui, aqui também, e esse outro, e esses 2, e esse aqui. Os caras comigo agora causa dano extra. Seus contra-ataques causam mais dano e agora atingem tudo à sua volta. É esse aqui. Tá, tem mais fendas aqui. Ali em alto mar, como é que eu vou pra lá? Ah, aqui pelo menos são só 13 fragmentos. Como tá no caminho, vamos pegar aquele dali. O Connor vai ser um bom tanque pro grupo. Tá, pra onde é que eu subo ali? Acho que é por ali. Ah, o urso tá mostrando o caminho. A gente não consegue ir por ali. Então vamos dar a volta. Eu tenho um cavalo aqui? Tenho!
surprising that there are no ships. This time of year there should be plenty.
Those must be the bandits Harding mentioned.
Deixa eu pegar os bagulhos daqui. Tá aqui ou tá ali em cima? Tá ali em cima. É aqui em cima mesmo. Aqui talvez dê pra me pegar todos os fragmentos, não tem tanto. Tem coisa pra marcar aqui? Não. Onde que é o ponto de encontro? Você tá marcando a região aqui. Mas onde nessa área? Será que é uma das cabaninhas?
These must be the missing soldiers.
Murdered. Shit.
I will see that their families are notified when we return.
Our men were murdered by a group called the Blades of Hessarian.
If you're interested, it looks like we can challenge their leader.
Hessarian's blade is supposed to represent mercy, not random slaughter.
Tá, agora encontrar os bandidos, eles estão lá pra baixo, né? Ali. O que é essa pedra serpente? Aquele grupinho lá, já era. do lado de fora? Do lado de dentro mesmo. Mas vamos. Ah, é os aqui que eles estão batendo. Tá, já lidou com esses aqui. Vamos fazer essa fissura. Deixa eu deixar o pin ali, senão eu vou ficar perdido de qual é qual. Eita bagaça. Tem um dragão aqui? Tá bom. Este é elétrico. É um dragão e um gigante? Os dois estão quebrando pau? Au. Doeu? Vai me ensinar agora a usar poção? Eu sei usar poção?